Hi, welcome back to Basic Prepping for Everybody. I'm Andrea, and in the first show of our series, we talked about how to survive a natural disaster. We showed you 10 items, and then we showed you 5 additional bonus items. At the end of the bonus items section, we talked about meal prep bags. Meal prep bags are what you can put in your pantry. In the event of living in these hard economic times, you don't know what to cook when you come home. If the grid goes down or the electricity goes out, you'll have items that are just add water or canned items. Again, make as many bags as you want. You never know when you're not gonna be able to cook on a normal stove. So make sure you have a camp stove if the electricity goes out, a bottle rocket stove, which you can make outside, or a grill, which you can cook with pots and pans. Tonight we're gonna show you a meal prep bag. We're gonna make 5 ingredient enchiladas. The first item you need in your bag when you go shopping is the most important item, enchilada sauce. Now this is a meal that we prep based on a family of 4. If you have 2 people, then you'll have leftovers. Our meal prep bag, including all of these items, came to $16.03, which is a grand total of $4 per person. Now, here's the kicker. I told you that in the items, they would all be just add water and canned. Well, do yourself a favor and each week buy yourself 2 bags of inexpensive cheese so you'll have them on hand. So again, the first item is enchilada sauce, red sauce preferred. This second item is a 10-count bag of Mission tortillas. Now you can buy corn tortillas or whole wheat, but I chose flour. The third item, again, are 2 packages of cheese. You're gonna need cheese to put inside the enchiladas and also cheese on top of the enchiladas. I chose cheddar cheese, 3 different kinds mixed together, and then a taco seasoned cheese to give you that restaurant flavor with the taco seasonings when you put it on top of the enchiladas. The next thing you need are beans. I chose black beans and refried beans. And the final item, you want to buy a can of Rotel diced peppers and chili, just to make sure if you have somebody in the family that wants something spicy, you can place that on top of the enchilada or on the side. So we're gonna open up our cans and let's get started. To go along with your 5 ingredient enchiladas, we're gonna have a side of rice, and that's included in the price of the enchilada meal. This is just going to be cooked first before we cook the enchiladas. Again, this is in the price of the $16.03. So there's your 2 cups of water. And then we're gonna put in 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. And I like to measure. I was a 4-H'er, so I tend to measure everything. If you're a cook that just likes to throw things in, by all means. The next thing you wanna do is put all the contents of your package into the saucepan, and this whole meal is going to be cooked on a camp stove. Remember, if your lights go out and you don't know what to do, you're going to have your meal prep bag in your pantry. All right, now you want to give it a good stir, and we're going to let this come to a boil. We're going to put our lid back on. This is going to take about 8 minutes to come to a boil. Then we're gonna reduce the boil down and let it cook for another 5. There's our rice. It's gonna be a side dish to our enchilada. We cooked it on our Coleman stove. Now we're gonna turn this completely off. And I forgot to mention, always have a fire extinguisher on hand in the event that there is a fire. There's not going to be one, but if there is one, you're ready. So we're gonna put all of our rice in the pan, and it's gonna be a side to our enchilada dish. All right, now we're gonna turn on our stove and cook our enchiladas. Okay, so we turned our stove back on the side where we're gonna cook our enchiladas, and it's about at a medium heat. Now we're gonna fill, roll, and wrap the enchiladas. Let's start with our cheese. And remember, we have 2 different kinds of cheese. Now, some people like to put enchilada sauce right in there. I put a little enchilada sauce right in the pan and then on the top. So there's one. We're gonna fill it. We're gonna wrap it and roll. You always want to put your fold downwards. Now we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of oil in the pan, not much. So we're gonna make all 6. So the next one, and again, cheese is a really good source of calcium. So it doesn't matter how much you put in your enchilada, but this is really good for you. And actually, rice and beans is a complete meal, so you're gonna get a lot of nutrients in this meal. Now let's try a black bean enchilada. And this is really simple, but once you put the sauce and the cheese on, it's gonna be really delicious. All right, so let's go ahead and try black beans. That's a favorite and it's high in protein. Fold over the top, roll a little bit, and tuck the sides in. And don't worry if they're sloppy, they're still gonna taste good no matter what your enchiladas look like. So we're gonna do another bean one. So again, tuck the sides in, wrap and roll. All right, so now we've got 2 cheese and 2 black beans. Here's the refried beans, and they come out kind of chunky out of your can, but they're gonna cook up nicely once they hit that heat. Wrap and roll. All right, and as you can see, I put about a tablespoon of oil in there. So there's your cheese. And if you want to put just a little enchilada sauce in, you can. All right. And we're probably going to turn our fire down. All right, so, oh, this is cooking up nicely. All right, so let's put some more sauce in. And this is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be perfect. And in a grid down situation, it's okay if your food is messy. In stressful situations, you want to have fun. There's the second bean one, and there's a refried one. Okay, so we've got 2 cheese, we've got 2 black bean, and 1 refried bean. Now you want to put enchilada sauce and smother those enchiladas. These are pan-made enchiladas. All right, and now my favorite part. Kraft makes this great taco seasoned cheese. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of cheese, not much because it's gonna melt. And if you happen to have a lid for your pan, great. If you don't, we're gonna cook this for about 10 minutes on low. Okay, preppers, it's been 10 minutes and our grid down enchiladas are ready to eat. So here's our pan-made 5-ingredient enchiladas and we're ready to eat. So I chose a cheese enchilada and a black bean enchilada. And there you have a really beautiful plate, and kids love this meal. So there's your rice. Let's try our rice first. That's taco rice from Knorr. And cheese enchiladas are my favorite. So good. And let's try a black bean. So the next time the lights go out and you want to make 5-ingredient enchiladas, go ahead and turn to our show. We're listed on YouTube. Bon appetit and happy prepping.